everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the 2019 Chevy Camaro SS 1LE. This is the track special with all of the track upgrades. You can already see that super aggressive front splitter on the front end, and it's got a 6-speed manual transmission. So as always, we're going to do a quick walk around on the car, then we're going to take it out to see how it drives. And as always, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller Chevy here in Murray, Utah for providing us with a car. If you're in the market for a Chevy, check these guys out. Link in the description below to their inventory. Under the hood here, we have a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8 engine, same as in all the other SS's. This one is through a 6-speed manual transmission. And in terms of power outputs, it's going to be good for 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy 16 around town and then 24 on the highway. You notice the around town figure is the same, it's just the highway figure has gone down substantially compared to that 10-speed automatic I just reviewed. Now let's finish things up front. I love how with the 1LEs they do this kind of matte black design on the hood. I think it looks so amazing, especially with this white paint that this particular one has. But you still get those cool little hood vents up top, and then the contrast between white and black on this car just all mixes together so well. So they kind of do like the black in the middle there with the Chevy bow tie, and then you can kind of see into the inside of the grille right there. Full LED lights with the little LED accent lights that kind of go up and around in that little area, and then just down below you can see absolutely massive on the front splitter, and that's going to provide extra downforce when you're taking this car on the track. Around the side here we have these beautiful 20-inch forged aluminum wheels, which I think they look absolutely fantastic. Obviously that's going to save on weight. You can see the red brakes that say 1LE on them inside there. And then if you're wondering, tire setup 265 millimeter in the front and then 305s in the rear, which that happens to be, I think, the same as the 911 GT3, which is like basically a track car for the road. So, I mean, if you're gonna borrow from the best, which Chevy's been great at that. And then you can see these tires, just how aggressive these are. I'll kind of show you from the back angle of the car, but yeah, I mean, these things will stick to literally everything when you're doing some track driving. Here is our key fob. So you got a couple functions, your lock and unlock, and then your tailgate release. I mean, sorry, not tailgate, trunk. I gotta get trunk in my mind. I'm so used to reviewing trucks. But this is normally where I do the remote start, but since this is a manual transmission car, yeah, no remote start. Sorry guys, but you'll still get exhaust clip, I promise. Anyways, if you pop that, that'll release the trunk in the 1LE, and we can open this up so you can kind of see storage back here. So you can see, same as in all of the other Camaros storage-wise. And I wonder if I can pull this little thing. No, can't. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now you can see under here, fix a flat kit, all that. They're not gonna give you a full-size spare because that would add too much weight to a hardcore track car. And I showed this in the other Camaro video, but I gotta show this again. Person running from the back of the car. I think that looks so fun. Now here's your rear view on the 1LE. I love the spoiler that they do in the rear here. I think it complements the car very well with, like I said, the black and white contrast they picked on this particular spec. So you can see how they do the lights kind of black. They're kind of like a darker white tint. Looks really good. And they've got the Chevy bow tie in the back, and then quad outlet exhaust in the rear of the car. And then again, here are those tires. Just look at the girth on those 305s in the rear and just how sticky they are. Crazy. So this has keyless entry, so one touch to lock it, and then press it again and that'll unlock it, and we can see the panel in the front right here. So beautiful leather trim with contrasted stitching, more leather trim just down below. So even though you go for the track special, you still get some luxury look to it. Still get the Bose sound system on the car, and then all of your window controls right here and the mirror adjustments, memory seats right there on that. Now let's go over things in the rear first. So full leather seats in the rear, actually with some nice perforations on them, and then you can see that little storage pocket at the top of the seat with the little leather just down below, and then storage area. Legroom obviously is going to be squished, sorry, since this is a muscle car, but at least the seats look cool. Now these front seats, this is where it is at. You can see the beautiful white contrasted stitching Recaro seats. So they've got these suede inserts on them which feel and look very premium. And then you can see you've got the adjustments for the seat right there. Pedal layout below, and you'll see a clutch pedal. I don't see a lot of those in my reviews anymore. And then you can see the little hood latch release in that area, one of the vents for the climate controls, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. And I've missed you, Alcantara. So to start up the car, you have to just push the clutch in and then push the push start button. It's telling me to push the clutch in. Oh, I have to push the brake too. So you also have to push the brake in. So clutch and brake, and then it'll let you start it up, and yeah, you're all good to go. Now we have a bunch of cool functions here on the steering wheel. So you've got all your functions there for that little center screen, your phone commands, and then you've got your volume controls for the radio, and then you've got your little favorite buttons. It says SS on the bottom Camaro in the center. Heated steering wheel still, which is a nice little touch cruise control. And then you've got that rev match function, so it'll rev match downshift for you, so make you drive like a pro essentially. Contrasted stitching, and again, kind of like I mentioned, suede, so when you're going around a track, it's a lot easier to grip the steering wheel since it is full Alcantara around the steering wheel and your hands aren't going to slip all the way around it. And then also finally, light control with your turn signal stalk and then your windshield wiper stalk on the other side. But let's get into the center screen. In this center screen right here, you can see that there's a couple different menus that we can scroll through, and then you can kind of go down to the sidebar to get different bits of information. The coolest one's going to be the performance pages, so you can see all these different performance figures that you can see on the 1LE. So really neat setup right there with the car. Now I know this is a track ready focused car, but you still get a regular infotainment system. This does have the performance data recorder, so you basically can plug your whole thing in and then you can record. You've got to insert an SD card to save the video file, but you can record your laps that you do. Still get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay on this as well, so comes with all the regular technology on it. And then if we pop it into reverse, which by the way, on the manual shifter, that doesn't stand for race, it stands for reverse, guys. See the backup camera will pop up with the little trajectory lines, and yeah, that's all good there. Now we've got our heated and ventilated seat controls for the front. Yes, this race car has heated and ventilated seats, dual zone climate, and then it's got those cool vents that all the other Camaros have. So see these circular vents that as you twist that, it'll kind of change the temperature, which is really neat. The outside vents can't change the temperature, but they still got the circular function. So these vents are really easy to use, and stylistically, I love the look of them. This is your shifter for that 6-speed manual. Very notchy into the gears. It's really easy to get it into gear. And it actually shows you up here what gear you're going into. You can see it shows me what gear I'm going into. So really good manual shifter. And by the way, the clutch feel on this car is amazing as well. Stability control here, drive modes, we'll go over that in a second, and then that's your parking brake. This is where you're gonna go through your different drive modes. So you can see you've got your touring, sport, track, and then you got your snow and ice. You can see the little different graphics that it does for it. Sport, you're probably in that mode more than track mode. Track mode's very aggressive with that magnetic suspension. It makes it very firm, which is not really comfortable on the road, where sport's a little bit softer, so it's easier to drive. Now I've got a little center console right here, which we can pick up that. You got a little bit of extra storage under there, and then you've got the glove box in this whole area, and then you've got some nice contrasted stitching with some leather just above on the glove box. Nothing fancy up here, traditional mirror, so yeah, can't really see out of the bat cave, but that's okay. Still a really cool car, and plus you don't need to see behind you because you're going to be passing everyone in this car, right guys? But yeah, all your regular light controls, OnStar and all that, so nothing too fancy up top. Here is our window sticker for the 2019 Camaro 2 SS, and you can see the standard price, and then you can see how much that 1LE package adds. You can see all the stuff that it adds. So forged aluminum wheels, you can see the seats, limited slip diff, performance exhaust, all the nice stuff. So I mean, I feel like that package is actually a really good value. So you can see the total price here, which I feel like this package, everything value-wise, really solid. You guys can make that decision for yourself, but I feel like for all the stuff you get with this car and the power and the performance, it's a good value. Now with that all being said, let's take out the 2019 Camaro 1LE to see how it drives. Let's start off in the 2019 SS1 LE. So first, that look over the hood is one of the coolest ever. I just love the contours and everything. But in terms of visibility, it's pretty easy to see, and then you can see that little heads-up display. Car's in demo mode right there, and then you can see through both of the mirrors. Visibility over there is pretty good, and then visibility through here is tight, so I kind of wish that new mirror system, I wish they had it on this car as well, but I mean, I'm not going to complain with a crazy track-focused monster. So you can see initially setting off here in the SS1 LE, it's actually kind of noisy, which, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. That was expected since this is a hardcore track-focused car, and the gear shifts on this are, it's just super easy to shift it through the gears. I mean, it's just happening instantaneously, and I'm going to put the rev match function on just so that I can show you guys how good that actually is with this car. So this is all the car. You can see that it matches those revs beautifully for you. And then in terms of ride quality, it's actually smooth. I was expecting this to be super, super rough and jumping all over the place, but I could drive this car on a daily basis, no problem. That being said though, let's switch it over into the sport mode, and then we can do a couple downshifts with that rev match downshift system. Yeah, I mean, it makes you shift like a pro for sure. Now just making a turn here, steering is very, very tight. And even in this track mode, the suspension's really, really smooth with the car. I mean, it handles so wonderfully. Now, something about this exhaust, and I'm going to try to get it to do it again, is it kind of makes little gargles. Let's see if I can get it to do it. There we go. Let's see if I can get it a little bit more. I hope you guys can hear those little gargles that this 6.2 liter is making, because it sounds like little fireworks. I mean, that is one of the coolest sounds in the car industry. I absolutely love that sound. Oh my goodness, I am kind of in love with this car just a little bit. But let's get an acceleration here. Yeah, 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque are more than adequate. I mean, it made the window sticker fall off the dash right there. This is a sweet car, guys. I promise that I am doing this for the sake of the video. This is for the sake of the video. Oh my gosh. Okay, just listen to this. On the overdrive, that exhaust. This car is worth it just based on the exhaust, guys. I don't know what else to say. This is such a sweet car. I mean, it handles so fantastically. It sounds amazing, and I think it looks really, really cool. So to sum things up on this 1LE package, if you're looking for a track-focused car that you could drive on a daily basis if you want, something that looks really cool and something that's really not going to break the bank. I mean, at 50 grand, I know that's a lot of money, but for the amount of car that you're getting, and I mean, I'm just gonna have to keep doing those downshifts, guys, but really, for the amount of car that you're getting, this is such a solid value. So if that's kind of what you're in the market for vehicle-wise, definitely check out this SS1LE. And I'm just gonna leave you with some exhaust of just me. Yes, that it just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I can't make that up, guys. I cannot make that up. That sounds so freaking good. Oh my gosh. And there we have it, everyone. The 2019 Camaro SS1LE. Super solid offering, especially if you want a track-focused car that you could drive on a daily basis. But as always, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller Chevy in Murray, Utah here. Check them out. I've left a link in the description to their inventory. If If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you thought. I'll see all of you in that next video.